Hello, and welcome to Keast Hood's office. I'm Denise Richards, one of the principals. We're a structural engineering firm based in the city for over 65 years, and we've loved every minute of it. Over that time, we've helped preserve many of the city's historic treasures and also designed some of its newest iconic buildings. It's exciting to work on amazing structures with creative partners, but our favorite part of design is its ability to transform. Let's face it, we all have a role to play in shaping our communities, even the engineers. We're proud to be longstanding members of the Philadelphia community, and we're excited to be part of this year's Design Philly. Normally, we'd love to have you here in person, but we're all adapting, so we thought we'd share the best part of our office with you, the view.
Hello, I'm Allie Lakachik, an associate at Keast Hood. Looking down the axis that is Market Street, you can see the newly renovated Fashion District project that we're finishing up working on after more than 7 years. When most people think of the new Fashion District, they think of the renovated former gallery space, but the project is actually much larger than that. The entire project stretches from 8th Street up to 11th Street. There are 13 different structures that make up the project, including the historic Strawbridges building. And not only that, but the entire project site also sits on top of 4 different mass transit train lines. Some of the highlights of this project for me are the new main entrance, which we refer to as the Cube. It's interesting because it's a freestanding structure and has a clear height of 60 feet with a roof that cantilevers 23 feet. That's a lot. The other highlight is the new AMC Theater. To accommodate the large space required by this theater, we designed a 44-foot overbuild, which means we essentially added 2 stories on top of the existing building. While it has been hard to see the hit that retail and commercial stores have taken due to COVID-19, the Fashion District is more than just another retail shopping area. It has completely transformed this stretch of Market Street and created a bright and welcoming space for people, even if they're just passing through and grabbing a coffee as part of their daily commute, myself included.
Hi, I'm Laura Ryan, a structural engineer at the firm. Did you know that Independence National Historic Park welcomed 4.26 million visitors in 2019? One of the projects that I worked on recently was the expansion of Independence Visitor Center. The Visitor Center is the primary point of orientation for the park, as well as the Visitor Center for Greater Philadelphia, including the city, its surrounding counties, and the waterfront. It's fun to work at Keast Hood because a lot of times we find ourselves revisiting projects that the firm designed initially. This was the case for this project as well. In 2001, Keast Hood designed the original 55,000 square foot exposed steel structure. The recent 5,000 square foot expansion completed last year makes a large impact by increasing the building's capacity to accommodate an increase in visitors and host more special events throughout the year. The center's improvements included structural design for a restroom addition, enlarged gift shop, modernized theater, expanded outdoor terrace, and a variety of other improvements and space reconfigurations to create a cutting-edge, digitally advanced center. I love when people visit me from out of town because we're able to start at a space that I've worked on and go on to visit other sites throughout the city that are Keast Hood projects as well.
Hi, I'm Tom Magrino, and I'm a structural designer here at Keast Hood. To orient you, we're on the 12th floor of our office building at 400 Market Street, looking out towards the Delaware River and over Old City. Looking out this window, there are a number of Keast Hood projects that we can see, including the top of the Museum of the American Revolution that we completed in 2016, as well as a number of other projects that we've provided structural engineering for as part of the Independence National Historic Park. I'd like to point out an early Keast Hood NPS project that we did with the firm Venturi Scott Brown and Associates. In 1976, the city hosted the Bicentennial, which spurred a number of projects throughout the city, one of which was the former site of Benjamin Franklin's house. Since no one knew what the house actually looked like, the architect proposed a set of ghost structures, indicating the locations of the different buildings on the Franklin's property. Robert Venturi sketched the outline of Franklin's house, and Keast Hood's engineers executed it in smooth, hollow, structural steel. As an engineer, I enjoy how the final product is the structure and allows visitors to the site to create their own interpretations of the alluded to architecture of Ben Franklin's house.
Hi, I'm Justin Millier, a project manager at the firm. We're going to look slightly north from Franklin Court site to the steeple that is rising over Old City. That is the 198-foot tall structure of Christ Church, Philadelphia. It's a steeple completed in 1754 and was financed by a lottery organized by Benjamin Franklin and is the work of Robert Smith, one of America's earliest architects. For 56 years, the steeple made Christ Church the tallest structure in North America. Christ Church hosted members of the Continental Congress during the American Revolution and Presidents George Washington and John Adams. Among early members were Benjamin Franklin, Betsy Ross, and the signers of the Constitution and Declaration of Independence. While the building dates to 1744, Keast Hood has been involved with the preservation of the historic church since the 1960s. It takes a lot of work to maintain a historic structure with such a significant past that is also still in operation as an active church. In the early 1980s, one of our principals first noticed that the church's steeple was leaning to the northeast and required reinforcement. To reinforce the spire and prevent additional movement, an inner core of steel brace frames were constructed to transfer spire forces down to lower portions of the tower. As part of the church's maintenance, laser scans of the steeple taken in 2015 show it exactly 2 feet out of plumb at its spire. I'm one of the lucky few that has climbed up to the top of the spire working on the reinforcement of the steeple. It was amazing to see both the unique heavy timber type structure and the old graffiti from the 1800s to the people that have worked on it over time. Definitely one of my favorite historic projects in the city.
Thank you for coming to our Design Philadelphia event. We hope you enjoyed the tour around the office and learned a few fun facts along the way. We look forward to seeing you again in person soon.